Sideshow Fairy. This time you've gone too far.
What did I do?
Don't pretend like you didn't kidnap me.
I'm stuck too, idiot.
Oh. But if you didn't bring me here, then who did?
I did.
Who said that?
Show yourself, apparition.
Oh, but I'm not hiding. I'm right up here. Welcome to my collection.
We're going to be in here for a while. Do you want to do a review?
Sure. What do you want to review?
Well, this is rather similar to the setup in Criminal Minds: The Uncanny Valley. Shall we?
Why not? This is... That.
So the episode opens with a security guard discovering the dead body of a woman on the world's creepiest carousel.
Back at BAU headquarters, the team starts looking into the strange body dump, along with another similar body dump at the park, both of which involve the bodies being dolled up.
Literally dolled up. They've been made up to look like living dolls.
They discovered that the unsub had drugged the women with paralytics in order to keep them completely immobile, while having them be completely aware of their surroundings, making them completely unable to move aside from blinking.
And with that, we cut over to a woman who's been paralyzed and dressed up like a doll. Now why am I getting flashbacks of right now?
Not a flashback if you're currently in that situation.
Well, I have this thing in my show where I say that something in the thing I'm watching is similar to a situation that I was in, but I can't do that now because I'm literally still in the situation. So excuse me if my formula is a little off.
I was just objecting to your semantics. Please continue with your weird formula.
So, anyway, where were we? Oh, right. So after the intro and the obligatory quote...
Anything you cannot relinquish when it has outlived its usefulness possesses you.
Sure. That means stuff.
Someone famous once said, "We can't get by without stupid quotes, and stupid quotes can't get by without us."
We cut over to the team's plane, where they're discussing the case en route to the crime scene.
They speculate that given the unsub's access to paralytics and apparent knowledge of how to administer them properly, the killer may very well have medical training.
They further speculate that the killer may be a woman, given the attention to detail on the dress-up and the doll makeup, and the lack of anything overtly sexual in the fantasy.
But either way, they know that they need to hurry, because it's more than likely that the unsub has already selected their next target.
Once they land, they start interviewing families of the victims.
Meanwhile, Hotch and Rossi work out that the unsub most likely uses a wheelchair to move her victims, and uses a handicapped placard and a van to gain easier access to the dump sites.
In addition to making it physically easier to move the bodies, this also has the added side benefit of making the unsub look like a legitimate care worker to any onlookers.
Yes, I frequently take my patients out in the middle of the night to derelict amusement parks. We then learn that this unsub is actually not attempting to murder these women at all. Rather, she's trying to keep them alive as some sort of collectible. Okay, now I am getting flashbacks to right now.
See?
So cut over to the creepy parking lot and, let's just say this is not going to end well.
Do you need some help?
The unsub snatches a new victim from the parking lot and immediately dumps the body of her old victim. But this time the victim is wearing a wig instead of the hair extensions of the previous victims.
One of the effects that this kind of long-term paralysis has on the body is to cause all of their hair to fall out. So the unsub, up to this point, has been using hair extensions to compensate. This time, she just didn't bother and sewed a wig on, much like doll makers would do. This could indicate that the unsub is devolving.
Having completed their profile based on the evidence they've gathered, they deliver said profile to local law enforcement so that they can capture the unsub.
They say that the unsub is a collector and that she's attempting to replace a doll that she recently lost. But she no longer understands the difference between living and dead.
They manage to track down the shop where she buys her supplies, and then we cut over to the world's creepiest tea party.
The latest victim is diabetic. The team fears that the paralytic will kill her instantly.
But since they haven't found her body dumped somewhere yet, Rossi speculates that perhaps she's actually able to metabolize the drug faster, and thus she's able to regain some control.
Yeah, that is possible.
So cut over to Reed talking to the shop owner.
Look, collectors are good, honest people.
We appreciate that, sir, but the woman that we're looking for has lost her ability to control her obsession.
Yes, hashtag not all collectors. But when someone comes into your shop for help identifying one specific collector who happens to also be a serial killer, saying, "But collectors are good people," is not helpful.
Yeah, you can be two things. You can be a collector and you can be a serial killer. They are not mutually exclusive.
So it turns out that the shop owner actually is helpful, and he points out the specific set of dolls that the unsub is trying to replace. They discover who the unsub is, and upon reviewing her medical history, they see that with her mental health history, that she was pretty much doomed to become a serial killer, with Penelope even saying that she was red shirt on Star Trek doomed.
Oh my god, she was doomed. Like red-shirted ensign in Star Trek Doom.
Back at the horror house, diabetic doll desperately tries to get the IV out of her arm and is actually able to speak.
We're leaving.
It's nice that she's planning on taking them along with her. I probably would have said something more along the lines of, "Later, bitches."
Remind me to slap you when we're not paralyzed anymore.
Reed and Rossi go to consult the unsub's father and, "Oh, hi, Jonathan Frakes. What are you doing here? Speaking of red shirts on Star Trek."
Wait, but he never died.
Well, he did a few times, but I just meant that his shirt was actually red.
That you're happy that she's out of your hair. I beg your pardon?
Excuse me, was that a jab against my bald head? Oh, wait, no, Picard had the bald head. Sorry, I sometimes fantasize that I was Picard.
Wait, why is he actually trying to prevent them from saving the latest victims? Is this Riker, or is this evil Riker from the transporter accident?
So it turns out that Riker abused his daughter, and that's why she's so messed up. So, in short, yes, this is evil Riker.
Diabetic doll's escape attempt is once again unsuccessful, and the unsub, realizing that she tried to escape, grabs a pair of scissors to stab her.
But then Reed comes in at the last minute to save them.
Hooray! Reed gives Samantha her original dolls back, so that she can have her full set without having to kidnap anyone, and everything is fine. And the episode ends. Anything to add?
I totally ship Samantha and Natalie Davis.
That's what you got out of this.
Yes, what did you get out of it?
And so, the moral of the story is don't kidnap people to complete your collection.
You hear that, Phantom?